So it is 10:08 p.m. on the 36th day out here at the Queer SOS Vigil, and we are just under 2 hours away from the escalation of the fast that I will be starting fasting, and then Yana will be my caretaker, so we will be together, I guess you call it the fasting team. And it's interesting because I want to continue staying out here. The sense of family that has, I think, been birthed out here on the street in the past 36 days is amazing. I feel like I have this whole family on 26th Street near Broadway now. We went around today delivering thank you notes to different people who live or work or pass through this area that have helped us out this whole month plus. They've given us places to shower or food, hot coffee, hot tea. They've watched out for us every single day. They tell us they're looking out the window. And then if one of us isn't there, that's there most of the time, they always ask, where's so-and-so? So it's been really an amazing experience out here. And these people are truly wonderful, magical people. And so now we're leaving some messages around the website as we transition and escalate, civilrightsfast.com, so that the folks that pass through here every day, when they come through tomorrow and don't see us sleeping on the street, they'll know what's going on, and they'll have an opportunity to stay involved and see this movement grow and be part of the movement growing. I think that's the most important part. Someone had said recently, a family member of mine trying to detract me from fasting, that they believed I was still depressed like I was a couple years ago. A couple years ago I was very depressed for a multitude of reasons, but the primary one, as I've identified over time, has been because of the oppression that has been put upon my shoulders little by little over the years as a gay man in this country. And I could say, in all honesty, I am the furthest from depressed today that I've ever been in my life. I'm the most fulfilled. I know what I'm getting myself into, and I know that Senator Gillibrand may never file this bill, and she may let me die because of it. Another tragedy of the LGBT community, so to speak. But I would rather live a short life that was full than a long life never knowing what it was like to walk down any street in America holding the hand of the person that I love without fear, without trepidation, without looking over my shoulder. I'd rather live this life that I'm living today on the street, fighting, not just for me, but for all the kids out there that are questioning, that are being kicked out of their houses, that are living on the streets because they don't have a choice. And the more I've done this work over the past few years, the more I've realized each of us has an incredibly powerful story to tell. Each lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender person has had so many disgusting, horrific, vile things happen to them, even if they want to downplay those things. That one kid that called you faggot in 9th grade, and how that's rooted in you, and what that's done to shape who you are. Or that kid that slashed my friend Joe Birdsong's face when he was 16 years old, and left him with a permanent scar, who's one of our vigilers who's been out here. Or all the multitude of stories. We all got them. And finally, people say that our elected officials are our friends. That could not be further from the truth. They are not our friends. At best, they're our employees. And if you call them, and you ask your senators, and you ask your U.S. House Representative members, or any of your elected officials, do they support inclusion of sexual orientation and gender identity into the 1964 Civil Rights Act? Yes or no? And and they give you some bullshit answer, that is the time when you should attack. You shouldn't wait for them to say, well, we'll get back to you, or we're not sure, or maybe in the next Congress. Fuck them. Fight, you fight today. Because as Dr. King said, and we all know it, justice delayed is justice denied. And don't think for a second that if they say they're an ally of ours, that by pissing them off, they're not going to be an ally. That's not an ally to begin with. So I go into this fast knowing that I can do only what one person can do. And this time I choose to be in perpetual action through my inaction. And we'll see what happens.